Hey guys, Ruminating here, back with a quick video, something slightly different because it's December, so I figured much like I did at Halloween with the various different horror film reviews, review various different festive films, to get into the spirit. Obviously I've reviewed a couple already, newer release ones, Spirited and Violent Night, which I saw at the cinema, but I'll review some like older Christmas films, that are available to watch at home. So kicking that off, I just watched Krampus, which is a Christmas horror film from Michael Dougherty, the director of Trick or Treat, and perhaps more recently Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which was kind of disappointing, but at least it looked cool. But you can't deny that. So I'm curious about this one, especially with the other festive horror thing. It could be a good, fun sort of antidote to the sugary sort of schmaltz of Christmas. But is it? Let's find out. So Krampus centers on a rich family who invite their relatives over for Christmas, and their son Max has a bit of a fight with his cousins at the dinner table, and he decides that he's done believing in Christmas and that he hates his family. However, as a consequence of that, the Christmas demon Krampus is summoned to take the family down to the underworld as punishment. So with a premise like that, it's ripe, juicy Christmas horror, and in the second half at least, it absolutely capitalizes on that. The second half of this film is just so much fun, like with all the family, having to deal with like ornaments and gifts and various Christmas monsters rising up to take them down to the underworld. So it's so much fun and absolutely capitalizes on the horror potential of this premise, and it helps as well here that there's some really good like puppeteer and animatronic work. It's a lot of fun. However, in the first half, it's not quite the film you expect. Right? In the first half, it's actually a bit more of like a sort of claustrophobic like family like comedy drama where well, not necessarily family, but a sort of Christmas comedy drama film with the whole family like stuck together. Fairly familiar set of circumstances, and the feuding and stuff. But I will admit, in the first half, there are some actually pretty good laughs, and in the second half as well, there are some decent laughs to be had. But sort of my issue with the film is, I would have maybe liked the horror through line to be sort of, sort of sprinkled in even throughout the first half as well, so because I'm gonna be honest, despite the fact the film is titled Krampus, there is not a lot of Krampus in the film. Like, yeah, he shows up towards the end, but for the most part, he's not really on screen. And the scenes where he is there, they sort of tease him. Like in wide shots, we get silhouettes, and even close-ups, we only see like little hooves. It's a bit of a shame we don't get that much Krampus because his design is so freaking cool. Like I love the way he's got hooved feet, and he's also got a sort of traditional Santa Claus look about him. The red with the white fluffy bits, the beard, and they sort of twist that to like create something like sort of demonic and horrifying, where he's got like long monstrous tongue and like horns, like goat horns sticking out of his hood. His design was really cool, and even the sort of helpers he has are like sort of unique and creative. Like there's these like little gingerbread men, which are like, you know, sort of like cute comedic sidekicks, but well, not really cute because, you know, they're evil, but they were pretty fun. And there's like this sort of like gesture puppet thing called the clown, like that was really cool. And even like his elves at the end, I really like them. And even and plus, moving away from the horror stuff, the characters are actually fairly good. Like, you know, Adam Scott and Toni Collette as Max's parents are both very good, obviously. And I liked MJ Anthony's performance as Max as well. Yeah. Like the point is, all the characters here are good, and I especially like how they work early on to sort of establish the you know, the relatives as, you know, as a bit unlikable, and it's all very entertaining in that regard. And I liked seeing, you know, where when, you know, the family begin to work together to survive. But it's a very good development here. And there's also a pretty like nice message here, you know, about you know, staying true to the spirit of Christmas, you know, the sacrifice of giving. And this is sort of rings true very well in a sort of clever opening credit sequence where it's this slow motion montage of everyone fighting in the aisles to get all the Christmas presents and their decorations and stuff. It's a very clever little touch. And this is like, yeah, explored even deeper. The really cool animated like flashback sequence where, you know, we reveal the backstory of Max's grandmother, and I really liked the relationship Max shared with his grandmother. This sequence does a really good job of fleshing her character out, and, you know, and revealing her connection to Krampus. It also helps as well, you know, the animation in the sequence as well is really good, which gives it that sort of bit of impact. It's sort of like a mix of, like, I want to say stop motion and like sort of like, you know, traditional, like, you know, conventional 3D animation. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's gorgeous to look at, and I suppose the rest of the film is rather nice to look at as well. You know, it's fairly well shot, and yeah, there's some cool little like visual tricks there, like, you know, the strobe lighting at the end, and even like early on, sort of like the camera like vibrates to, you know, to signify the cousins arriving, and it happens again towards the end when Krampus arrives. So, you know, overall, it's a technically very well made film, and it's entertaining enough with good characters, some good laughs, and, you know, fairly good horror sequences that I would have liked to see a lot more of. And there's a fairly decent matches. They don't go too deep into, but for what it is, though, it's a fairly entertaining enough Christmas horror film, but nothing special. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Krampus? What do you think of it? What's your favourite Christmas horror film? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.